In the peaceful valley town of Sunny Creek, life moved gently, and people kept to themselves. Among them was Sam, a quiet boy who preferred books and nature to noisy games. He noticed every detail: the sunlight through leaves, the patterns on butterfly wings. Sam felt invisible, watching life from the sidelines, wishing he could belong. The town mirrored his quietness. Routines were unbroken, days predictable, and silence was comfort. But change was coming, and the town's tranquility would soon be tested. Sam loved Sunny Creek deeply, even if he felt apart from it. He longed to contribute, to find his voice and purpose. He was a boy with a big heart, waiting for a reason to step forward. Trouble crept in quietly, starting with the creek. Once clear and lively, the water turned murky and foul-smelling. At first, townsfolk ignored it, hoping it would pass. But the problem grew. Plants withered, fish vanished, and the water dropped to a lifeless sludge. Fear and helplessness spread. No one knew the cause. Theories swirled. The old mine, a distant factory, but no answers came. For Sam, the dying creek was heartbreaking. It had been his sanctuary. He watched the water, anger and sadness mixing inside him. Someone was hurting his home, and for the first time, Sam felt a spark of determination. The quiet boy, usually content to watch, now felt called to act. The shadow over Sunny Creek was no longer just a feeling. It was a crisis. Sam wanted to help, but fear held him back. Speaking up seemed impossible, so he acted in secret. Early one morning, he collected a jar of polluted creek water. Back in his room, he studied it, searching his books for answers. The problem felt overwhelming, and doubt crept in. For days, the jar sat on his desk, a reminder of his small, uncertain effort. He tried to return to his quiet routine, but the image of the sick creek haunted him. Responsibility tugged at him. He couldn't ignore it. Sam had taken a trembling first step, and deep down, he knew he couldn't turn back. Even small acts of courage can start a journey. Sam's secret didn't go unnoticed. Mr. Henderson, the retired science teacher, saw him by the creek. In the library, Mr. Henderson gently spoke to Sam about the creek's delicate balance. Encouraged, Sam shared his findings and fears. Mr. Henderson listened, then offered his old brass microscope. Together, they examined the water and discovered tiny, unnatural metallic flecks. It was a real clue, evidence of something manufactured polluting the creek. The discovery gave Sam new purpose and confidence. Mr. Henderson's belief in him was a lifeline, planting seeds of courage. Sam realized helping didn't require a loud voice, just curiosity and action. For the first time, Sam felt his quiet nature was a strength. The mystery was no longer vague, it was a puzzle he could help solve. Sometimes change begins with a single, quiet observation. With their clue in hand, Sam and Mr. Henderson carefully traced the pollution upstream on an old yellowed map, their fingers following the winding river lines. Each bend and fork in the waterway brought them closer to the truth, and the sense of mystery grew with every detail they uncovered. The path led them to the abandoned North Ridge mine, a place long forgotten by most, its entrance hidden beneath tangled vines and thick undergrowth. The air was heavy with secrets, and the mine seemed to whisper stories of the past. Realizing they couldn't do it alone, they reached out to Lily, a classmate known for her skills in the woods and her adventurous spirit. She was always eager to explore, and her knowledge of the forest was unmatched. Lily's excitement was contagious, and her confidence made her the perfect guide for their journey. She quickly took charge, charting a safe route and inspiring the group with her enthusiasm. Next, they recruited Thomas, the blacksmith's son, whose sharp eyes immediately recognized the metallic flecks as industrial waste. He explained how these fragments could have come from the old mine, connecting another piece of the puzzle. Thomas brought not only his tools, but also a fierce determination to help his friends and solve the mystery. He was ready for any challenge that lay ahead. Together, they formed an unlikely team. Sam, the keen observer, Mr. Henderson, the wise mentor, Lily, the fearless navigator, and Thomas, the resourceful fixer. Each brought something unique to the group. For the first time, Sam was no longer alone. He was part of a fellowship with a shared goal, surrounded by friends who believed in him. As they prepared for the journey ahead, Sam's quiet confidence grew stronger. He felt ready to face whatever challenges the forgotten path might hold. He learned that courage wasn't about being the loudest voice, but about using your strengths and trusting your friends. Sometimes bravery is found in the smallest actions. The forgotten path awaited them, mysterious and full of promise, and Sam was finally ready to face it with his friends by his side. Sometimes the smallest voices can start the greatest adventures, leading others toward hope and discovery. The search for answers had become a true team effort, and together they were ready to uncover the secrets of the forgotten path. The journey up the forgotten path was grueling, overgrown, muddy, and cold. Each step felt heavier than the last, boots sinking into the wet earth as the wind bit through their jackets. The forest seemed to close in around them, branches clawing at their sleeves, the sky a dull, unending gray. Sam struggled, feeling weak compared to his friends. His legs ached, and every breath felt like a battle. He wondered if he was holding everyone back, his confidence slipping away with each faltering step. Doubt gnawed at him, especially when he froze at a rickety bridge over a ravine. The drop below was dizzying, the boards slick with rain, and his heart pounded in his chest. Lily encouraged him, Thomas secured a rope, and Sam crossed, step by trembling step. The support of his friends gave him the strength to move forward, even as fear threatened to root him in place. Reaching the other side, Sam felt pride. He'd faced his fear with help. Relief washed over him, and for a moment the rain and cold didn't matter. At the old mine, they found the source, a hidden operation dumping barrels of waste into a stream. The place reeked of chemicals, and the barrels were rusted, leaking their contents into the water. The metallic flecks matched the pollution in Sunny Creek. It was undeniable proof, shimmering in the current, that something was terribly wrong. Two strangers guarded the site, making the danger real. Their presence was a silent warning, and the group knew they had to be careful. Fear threatened to overwhelm Sam, but he remembered why they'd come. He took a deep breath, steadying himself, determined not to let fear win. This was bigger than pollution. It was about protecting their home. Their community depended on them, and they couldn't turn back now. The brink of despair was close, but so was the chance for change. Hope flickered in their eyes, even as the storm raged on. Sam realized true courage meant pressing on, even when afraid. He knew that every step forward mattered, no matter how small. The team prepared to act, united by purpose. Together they would face whatever came next, determined to make a difference. Faced with danger, Sam's instinct was to run, but he saw resolve in his friends. In that moment, he realized that courage wasn't about being fearless. It was about standing together, even when afraid. The forest felt less intimidating with his friends by his side, and Sam found a new sense of determination. Instead of confronting the men, Sam used his camera to gather evidence. Photos of barrels, license plates, and the dumping. Every click of the shutter was a quiet act of bravery, a way to fight back without violence. He knew these images could make a difference. Each picture was a step toward saving Sunny Creek. The evidence grew, and so did Sam's hope that change was possible. Back in town, they presented their proof to the mayor. The room was tense, but the truth was undeniable. Authorities shut down the illegal operation, and the polluters were held accountable. Justice at last had come to Sunny Creek. The town was shocked, but grateful to the young heroes. People who had never spoken to Sam before now looked at him with admiration. Sam, once invisible, was now recognized and thanked. He felt a warmth he'd never known, surrounded by a community that finally saw him. The townspeople united to restore the creek, cleaning and replanting its banks. Neighbors who rarely spoke now worked side by side, inspired by the courage of a few. Life returned to the water, and the community grew stronger. The creek became a symbol of hope and renewal for everyone. Sam had helped his town find its voice, just as he'd found his own. He realized that even small actions could spark big changes. He remained quiet, but now his silence was confident and respected. People listened when he spoke, and his presence mattered. Even the quietest person can make a loud impact. Sam's story became an inspiration for others who felt unseen. Sunny Creek was bright again, its future and Sam's, full of promise. The town had changed, and so had he. Sometimes it takes a quiet heart to lead a town to hope. And sometimes, hope begins with just one brave step forward.